for you to be able to tap into community understanding, you should know how the community learns. How does the community learn? They don't learn in the classroom. They learn in the marketplace. They learn at bus stops. They learn at train stations. They learn during debates. They learn during festive occasions. They learn in religious spaces. As researchers, we don't play around those areas, and which I find quite novel in terms of the TD approach, where you work with the community to build capacity, to build an understanding, to build trust. Then you can be able to actually embed if you actually get to that level of acceptance, that is when your research will mean or become meaningful to them.
We also now have a way of qualifying those numbers, of saying this is what it means. So we're bringing the hard data and the rich stories together, and that is not just the holistic way of telling the story with data, but also deeper ownership of data, because in no way does anyone feel alienated in that space, and it makes the conversation so much the richer.
I find really fascinating and fantastic about working with a group like SDI and the learning that happens as the tool unfolds is exactly this point that we picked up when we went to go and collect the first stories and knocking on people's doors. We felt that was a little bit intrusive.
Yes.
And that point came up. Now I've seen some of the stories in the testing of the tool in Ghana. Some of the first pictures that have come out.
Yeah.
The way that the SDI people go out and collect the stories, it's in the natural places.
Yes.
Where people are making food, or washing their clothes, or playing card games, or places of worship.
Yeah, I think that really for me encompasses the concept of adopting safe to fail approaches as opposed to fail safe approaches, because it's better to fail fast and learn quickly. And I don't think we failed. It was more that we established a learning point for them. I think that recognition, I remember this very clearly, is that one of the questions that we developed for the tool during summer school, and it was from the interaction we had with the community members that came during the design process, is that all these questions ask us about, toilet systems and, what infrastructure we have. But the real problem is that what they really want is to be treated with human dignity. And they want, some form of privacy. So one of the questions that we had was around privacy. And I remember one of the points of reflection is, it's so funny that we're knocking on people's doors, asking them about privacy, when sometimes you walk in, there's someone trying to sleep or someone taking a bath. And it's just that point of irony came out quite strongly. So when I saw those videos as well, I was very encouraged. I think that also when you get people in those kind of community settings where they're playing cards, where they're cooking, those are, we think about, again, one of the things that we like to talk about with the work that we do with Sensemaker and Complexity is getting back in touch with your own humanity, right? Which is what a lot of these more accepted approaches have seem to have created some distance between our humanity, our ability to actually interpret, and our ability to actually make sense of things on our own, right? By controlling so much what certain things mean. If we were very honest, you cannot control to that extent. And I think that they're starting to understand that means getting in touch with organic data collection techniques as well, because when people are playing cards, when people are outside cooking, they're naturally sharing stories. So it's a natural collection point.